From the Storm Team Weather Lab, KAMC Chief Meteorologist Ron Roberts.
All right, in the KAMC Weather Lab, let's take a look at the first round, which is moving away from us. So now we await round two, or perhaps even round 2 and 3, because we've got all kinds of things happening in the weather, which is, as you know, run for the hills, Ron. I know what you say about me out there. I mean, I see the hashtags on Twitter. Gets excited about these kind of things. So there goes round 1, and it's going into Oklahoma. It's still bringing some light snow up in the Texas Panhandle. Round 2 is in New Mexico, and it's going to snow over there. Rio Doso is expected to receive 5 to 7 inches. I happen to do the forecast for the Rio Doso area radio stations. Now you back it out, there's that low pressure system that's the main show. But this disturbance here is going to phase, what we call a phasing. Now, what that does is it makes the storm system even more intense. So we've got 2 storm systems bringing 2 different areas of lift over the area over the next 36 hours. So the good news is, off the Lubbock Skyview at Wellington State Bank, and they're on 78th and Quaker Avenue, the streets look good right now. Hopefully tomorrow, when Kellyanne uses this in the morning, it'll still look good, right? Live and local, the temperatures are working in our favor at this point. Denver City clearing out at 50 degrees, but Rawls, no, 38-degree temperature in Rawls with rainwater insurance helping us out there. 35 in Plainview, KAMC 2,200 of an inch and 40, and finally Adeluz picked up 2,900 of an inch. Here are the weather alerts. And you see where the weather alerts are. Winter weather advisories have been issued across, and winter storm watches have been issued early on, but now turning them into winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings for Roosevelt and Curry counties. Lubbock is not in this. And the reason why is we expect to see most of this precipitation more liquid than snow, or the snow criteria falls, well, at this point, I'll tell you this, if the models are right and we get 2 inches, they'll issue a winter weather advisory for Lubbock from the National Weather Service. So just wait and see, we'll keep an eye on that. So what do the forecast models say? This is the North American model, has a little bit better resolution, fine tuning if you will. And here we go, it starts showing that by tomorrow morning, we have a wintry mix, the pinkish colors, freezing rain, maybe even some sleet. The blue and the white, obviously the snow. Snowing in Abernathy by 6 a.m. Then it starts increasing into the metro Lubbock area before lunchtime, and then hangs around like this until 10 p.m. Tuesday evening. Then it begins to decrease and move progressively toward the east. With that in mind, snow accumulations according to the North American model at about 3.8 inches. Again, we're forecasting around 2 inches of snowfall here, but if we get 3.8, that would alert the National Weather Service to a different type of warning advisory. 300ths of an inch of ice in Lubbock, 700ths of an inch in Rawls. That's not good news. So here is graphically mainly snow, Plainview and Morton North. Wintry mix in the metro Lubbock area to say Brownfield, Denver City, Seminole, and Hobbs, and then cold rain for the southeastern South Plains. And ice accumulations, yes, for most of us here on the South Plains, including folks in Denver City. Snowfall forecast, snow amounts greater than 2 to 4 inches to the northwest of us. Thus, we see the travel impacts for the region, including the city of Lubbock. Amber, you got yourself a rain gauge from the Wildcat himself. The forecast temperatures tonight near 30 degrees. Now, let's check out your hour-by-hour forecast. It holds it at 30, jumps it up to a warming 32 at lunch on the hour-by-hour. In other words, it's going to be cold. Wintry mess, 33 for the high, and 22. And then the precipitation tapers off on Wednesday, and by Love Day, Valentine's, is 51 degrees.
Well, that'll be a nice warm up for the weekend too.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at 62 to 66 degrees.
Yeah.
So far, we're getting the weekends in good and getting the wintry mixed up during the week.
Yeah. All right. Round 2.
Round 2.
Thanks, Ron.